Hello and welcome to another exciting and special edition of the Big O Show, starring Orestes Destrade. What is up, my brother?
Special edition because you're here, I'm here, our Petermans are here.
So it makes it our time.
It's our time, and we're very thankful. Great weekend of sports. Remember, I was talking last week about how wonderful sports is, and we're in a mecca of, just golden era of, in the United States at least, with Carolina just finished off Vegas. Yeah, I know you weren't happy about that.
Stanley Cup
victor. Second time, and cool for Carolina Hurricanes. The Knicks, 53 years. That was huge. Obviously, we had so many other things. The World Cup, USA. Great play by them. And then in baseball, it's been a really sweet season. A lot of exciting, games, and people having great years, and including the Rays, who are having still a solid year. My saying. My saying is, I am, routinely optimistic, regularly realistic, and rarely pessimistic.
Yes.
But this was not a positive weekend for them. I'm just glad that they were able to sneak away one victory in that last game yesterday, Sunday afternoon. But the Angels put it to them. And if you want to go right into the Rays, man, glaringly, what stands out for me, obviously their offense has been sputtering over the last couple of weeks, overall, right? But it's really been the middle relief has been a problem. It really has.
Absolutely.
And the Angels took advantage of that. Joe Adell had a great series. We got to shore that up. We got to figure it out. Got to get some guys back, like the Joe Boyles and maybe the Manny Rodriguez's.
He's throwing off the mound, 96.
Yeah.
Hasn't faced live hitting yet, but Manny could be back soon.
Joe
Boy,
Boyle.
do we need him, huh?
Yeah, Joe Boyle could be back. Who's the guy that you can swing him for a few innings. Uceda, we don't know, but those two power right arms are so needed right now, because it's just they're not fitting the bill. I mean, no disrespect to what's being thrown out there, but they're just not. Between Sulcer, giving it up more times than not. Clevenger, man, what a powerful arm he has, but
inconsistent.
He's very inconsistent. Yesterday was good. The day before he wasn't. So you're not getting that consistent middle relief. And when you're seeing, here's the problem too that's happening. We've got a slew of starters, other than the guy that's throwing tonight, that is a big game, that can give you length, because he really, his ball to strike ratio is so over 70% on the norm. And that is Nick Martinez, who we call Cy Martinez. We don't know which
one. He's back
to
Cy.
We'll see, because his last start was solid. Other than him, who can stretch out and give you 6 or 7, we're looking at 5 and flies on the regular.
Yeah, which puts
5 and fly
on the regular. On your bullpen.
You're getting 5. Well, Drew has thrown 7 the last 2, so let's applaud what should be an all-star in July, Drew Rasmussen. So you can get that. He's throwing tomorrow. So the next 2 days are really important, because we need to rest this middle relief. But Jax can't seem to go past 63, 65 pitches. And the last couple starts have been solid. 5 innings, no runs. He gets to like 60, and it's like, you're done. And I'm like, this guy's not coming off Tommy John. How about we push him a little bit more? He's making a lot of money. Mm-hmm. I think upwards of $6-7 million. When your bullpen's struggling like that,
you got to get length.
I need to get length. So Griffin Jackson, I need to see him the next time try to get into the 80, 90 pitch scenario. I know that he just came from being a reliever, but he's been throwing now for the last almost well over a month.
He's got 5 pitches, so he should be able to. And that's
mix it up.
Isn't that really the best part of pitching, is when you can, kind of hold something back.
Yes.
For the second go round, and then even the third round, I'm going to pitch it a little differently.
With as powerful of a fastball that he has.
That's your bread and butter.
Then you go back to the fastball. You start early with fastballs, throw a couple of breaking pitches, then the second time around, more break, get away from the fastball. That's where, guys
the
like
great ones do it.
Yeah, Verlander was a premium with that. Verlander, 3-pitch pitcher, but man, would he mix it and almost break it in the thirds. And then when you're down to the final stretch of that 6th, 7th, 8th inning, he would bring back the hammer. He'd be at 96, 97. Not everybody can do that, but
it's a good plan.
I think Jack's, I think it's the time to see him flap his wings a little further, because other than that, you're basically getting 4 or 5 from our boy Sugar Shane right now.
Yeah.
You're getting 5. And that's the guy that needs to be at 5.
Yeah.
I want to protect him, right? Because he's coming off not 1, but 2 major injuries. So you're getting 5 from him, 5 from Jax. So
then you're also going bullpen day.
You're going bullpen
every
day.
5th day. So that puts even more stress on
Correct.
your bullpen.
Correct.
And you had a great number in terms of the disparity between what the Dodgers spend in middle relief and what who we're going to see this week and what the Rays spend, right?
Yeah. No, it's dramatic. And really, when you look at what they spend to win and how they've won, because we both, we know that the top 3 winningest teams in all of baseball for the last 10, 15 years have been Dodgers, Yankees, Rays. Go figure, right? Dodgers, Yankees, Rays. It's not Red Sox. It's not the Mets. It's not these other teams, the Braves, that you would think that are, teams that would be perennial up there in the last decade and a half. No, it's the Rays. How are they doing it? Listen, they're very creative with what they do bring in. They don't spend much money. This year is a discrepancy of about 400 to 100 million, roughly, about, in salary. That's dramatic, bro.
Yeah.
That's so much. So what's happening is when you get this type of discrepancy, you have to be so finite with who you bring in and what your analytics shows. So they might be trumping these other 2 teams in analytics and sabermetrics and knowing who to bring in. But when you get down to it and you break down, for example, the Dodgers infield makes 87.25 this year, right? Freddie Freeman, Edmonds is your guy. He's been injured a little bit, but Max Muncy, Mookie Betts, Will Smith. That's your infield, including the catcher.
Mm-hmm.
The Rays are at $8.3 million. So it's a 10 times difference. Is that dramatic or what?
That's dramatic.
But surprisingly, you're getting immense production from your $8.5 million compared to the $83.5 million.
Well, the Rays have always led the league in production per dollars.
Production per
that
dollars
doesn't win you World Series.
But you were finite with your draft picks. Jonathan Aranda is one of them. Right now, the Richie Palacio, Ben Williamson combination, which wasn't supposed to be the combination. Really, when you think about it, it was supposed to be Gavin Lux playing second base.
What the hell happened to that guy?
Don't even talk about him, but he is costing the Rays money, obviously.
Yes, and
but
cost us in a trade, too.
That one's working out. Junior Caminero. Taylor Walls is an exceptional defensive, and then you've got the Fortes and Fiducia, which lacks dramatically compared to obviously the combination of Will Smith and Rush and Dalton Rush. Then you go into the outfield. It's a 67.8 in the outfield. Predominantly, we're going to go with their main 3 studs: Teoscar Hernandez, Andy Pages. That Cuban's having
leading the league in RBIs.
Sensational year.
Yeah.
He's corrected a couple of things. The main thing he's corrected, because I've been watching and listening to things that he's got to say and also articles. He decided to kind of go more with like almost a 2-strike approach, with all his at bats, because he was swing gating a lot and trying to pull more. So you watch his hits, and what do I talk about?
Up through the middle
and right center. It's working for him, right? So Andy Pages, Kyle Tucker having a down year, but still it's Kyle Tucker.
Yeah.
I love him. The Rays, again, one of those where it's like 9-1. Now, unlike the infield's 10-1, 8 million, 8.5. Chandler, Johnny DeLuca, they have out there. Fraley when he wasn't injured. You lose a lot there, bro. And but here's the big one, I think. And when you get to obviously designated hitter 23 to 12, dare I say they're comparable, because on offense right now, there's very few hitters that are
Yandy's
keeping up
it.
with Yandy's crushing it. So is Shohei, but Yandy's crushing it. It's the freaking bullpen, bro.
That's the biggest difference.
That one is a one that's like crushing them. And Dodgers bullpen is $50.5 million. And though they haven't been great and they've had their struggling times, the depth of their bullpen is just pales to the $8 million bullpen, $8.7 million.
And
we have.
I bet that comes into play big time in the series, especially with our starters not going.
Yeah. So when you've got basically two guys that are just pitching lights out, one an all-star in Brian Baker, another one that's just been steady Eddie in Kevin Kelly. Just love Kelly, what he's done through another couple great innings yesterday. Baker closes out the game. Though it wasn't a save, but still, just to be safe, we threw him out there and gave him an inning. The combination of Seymour, Clevenger, Engler, Legumina, Cole Sulser. You can throw out 4 or 5 other names that have been up and down or injured. It's just been
guys,
the infamous meh.
Yeah,
and that's been a massive problem. Obviously, in the starting rotation, the Dodgers have hammers, but several of them are down and out and hurt right now. Blake Snell's trying to, on the verge of coming back. Tyler Glasnow's just can't seem to pitch a full season comfortably.
Yeah.
But then you go with, even when they have some injuries, the kid that's throwing tomorrow, I don't know if you watched him throw, Justin Robalski. See that young lefty nasty.
Yeah.
And you got, Yukinoma Yamamoto that don't get hurt up to 147 years old. About him, Yamamoto is like some Zen master. Another level of human. Hey, hi. I've been next to this.
Just a little.
Oh my God. He's just this little, but he gets every single of his body into his pitches, can matriculate a baseball so different ways. He is as dramatic and the great player that arguably has ever lived Shohei Ohtani is, because he's such a great pitcher and such a great hitter. I have Yoshinobu Yamamoto at another level of all. Yeah, bro. You studied this and how he trains, how he prepares. He has his personal trainer, guru, sensei, as they call him in Japan, that he does all these weird exercises. He's so flexible. He's not injured. Knock on wood. I hope for his sake doesn't. He is just impeccable athlete. And I just can't say it. He's a better pitcher. Yamamoto's here. Shohei's below him. Even you're seeing some great pitch like Shohei. The why in our beautiful promo there that our boy did, Timmy Hamon Ham, it said in there, Martinez faces a massive start. It is a massive start. They've had a struggling June.
Yeah.
I mean, other than the sweep of their rival, that I just think they brought themselves up for that one.
Yeah.
The Red Sox it's been great. Pedestrian.
Yeah.
They lost the series to the Fish. They lost the series to the Angels. They got swept by the Tigers. It really, now you're going up against this monster that is the Dodgers. Even though you've kept up with them for the last umpteen years, you better take care of business, with your boy Martinez today. If Martinez can set the tempo today and have a 7-inning, 6-inning nice game, by his standards, and you win a close 5-4, 4-3, 4-2 game, is capable of doing that, then you're setting yourself up for the second game, which is this kid Robolowski against our hammer, who's hot as hell, and Drew Rasmussen. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not a betting guy. You know that about me, right?
No.
If I was, I'm putting all my chips in on the Wednesday afternoon game with Shohei Ohtani starting against
we're picking games now. I like this.
Yeah. And,
okay.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, tonight, bet Rays. Tomorrow, bet Rays because of the fact that I just think that Ross so here right now. Yeah. But then when you got a Gershane's going up against a guy that's just throwing lights out and hitting light, and here's the difference: whenever you play a day game after 2 night games, you don't want the hammer on the opposing team to be that day game. You want to get them on game 1 or game 2, right, and you want to get a mediocre pitcher on day game because it's so hard for on the road too. On top of that, you're not at home comfortable, been in a home stand, and then you have a day game. Those day games, people don't realize in the marathon that is the season, day games on the road are tougher because you're probably, if it's a day game, you're probably it's a getaway day. So your thinking is like, where are we going next and stuff like that. Well, if
you're not zipped in, you're out of your routine.
You're out of your routine. And if you have a hammer like that, if you're facing a Maddox or a Randy Johnson or a Clemens, which is what Ohtani is.
We've been sitting 5 days waiting for the spot.
Yeah. That's a tough one.
I get it. All right. We got picks. I like that.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And as far as this whole series goes with the Angels, dropping 2 of 3, and we've seen the Rays do this to inferior teams, so-called inferior team, get up for the Red Sox. That's why I think they're going to be at their best for the Dodgers. I mean, you go to
a good point.
Story Dodger Stadium. You could talk to this when there's certain places you just go. You walk out in the field, and it's just different, right?
And we saw a Detroit team that was playing terrible in the month of May come in the first few days of June, and I think the Rays
to the cathedral that is Trump.
The cathedral, and I think the Rays just we're obviously coming off a little sputtering at the end of May, but still. We're not supposed to get swept that convincingly by the Detroit Tigers. This is not a good team.
Yeah, they kind of play down to the competition and play up to the competition.
Then all of a sudden, you go to the OC, and the OC maybe instead of being Orange County, maybe the acronym was for overconfident.
Yeah,
because that's an even worse team with one good pitcher that put it to you. If you're going to lose one game, and that thing should have been Soriano, and okay, I'll give you that one because Soriano's having an all-star year. But that's it, man. You need to, keep the games close, play your Rays type baseball. But the
4-3 game was really one had get
one.
Yeah, Mullins he doesn't deliver.
Oh, here it comes. Here it comes. Oh, by the way, check out the stats, everybody. Surprisingly, Cedric Mullins is hitting 279 in the last 30 games. 30 games, not 3 games.
Yep, that's
not 7 games. The last 30 games, he's hitting 279. He scored 15 or 16 runs. Hasn't driven in a ton. He's got 12 RBIs, 4 home runs. But you know what? Scoring a lot of runs and also getting on base because he does have a good eye. So in the last 30 games, his on base percentage is at 391. You can't dog that.
That's
there's only 3 other guys that are hitting better in the last 30 games, and that's the tremendous trio.
Right.
Okay. And I take that back. You could slide in Blade, who does have like 20 or 21.
Who they pinch hit for. He was 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts, a tough righty coming up. It was a calculated risk. I'm watching it, and I could have been okay with either one. Yeah.
But you had him on the bench. You had him available because you had sat him that game, right? You just said give him a rest, and you have him. If you didn't have him on the bench, Blade hits all the way.
Yeah,
because you're not going to pinch hit like
they had a situation that earlier in the year. Forget exactly what game, and Blade came through.
Yeah, it was. You're right.
But Mullins at that point was really struggling, so they didn't want to pinch hit him for somebody
you're
else,
right. They did have an opportunity. They let him hit, and you had Mullins on the bench. That's a great point. That was a different Mullins at the time.
Yeah.
And the team, Chad Mottola, the hitting coach, who's advising just like a hitting coach should do, along with all the stats that are coming down every day. And they're going, hey, this guy's getting on base. Hey, this guy's making contact again. Hey, this guy's had good, 3-4 weeks. I could have gone either way with that.
Yeah. There wasn't a horrible
it was just, what was horrible was the at-bat.
The at-bat was bad, right? Yeah, the process was good. Execution.
If he grounds out, or if he strikes out on a questionable pitch, but it was a flailing, it was just not a good at bat, and so that one hurt. but then you get your socks blown off by Soriano, and then at least you put it together. Interestingly, though, that third game, again, it goes to the relief. You end up starting the game because it's a bulk game, right? It's a bend. First guys who are middle relievers end up giving those first few runs.
Yeah.
And then they toned it down. Why? Because Kelly came in, calmed the game down, and controlled 2 innings. You got Clevenger to have a good outing, which is always like and then you brought in the hammer. But one good thing to say that was Junior Caminero to Papa Jack, is he just, he's been out of sorts for like a couple of weeks, a little bit.
In terms of hitting home runs, he's not
getting a whole lot
in terms of hitting.
In terms of hitting, because he's in the last 7 games hitting $158.
Yeah.
So, but
is he getting pitches to hit though?
What he's not, and what's happening is that what Big Poppy told him, and I would say to him, but David Ortiz told him during the WBC, the target's on you now.
Yeah.
Don't stretch out your zone.
Take your walks.
Yeah. Take your walks. And he started the season doing that. And that's helped him. I think he's trying, I think he's thinking, I got to get to 40. And if you start hitting like that,
yeah,
you're done, because they're going to set it. So then all of a sudden you're chasing.
When you don't have good protection.
He's so similar. He is so similar. When I covered in-depthly, close, and had conversation with Evan Longoria as he was coming up as a youngster. I mean, they're so similar, except the only difference is that Evan Longoria was a Gold Glove third baseman.
Yeah. Which, that was a big play the other night.
Oh my gosh!
When he tried to cut off a ball that Taylor Walls was getting ready to play.
Watch that play. I probably ran it over 7 or 8 times. And some people, even on the Rays broadcast, were saying, well, that's where he just has to let it go. I totally disagree. He just has to make that play. He whiffed on the ball.
Yeah.
He went to get it and he whiffed on it. The shortstop now is jacked because he's got a 6'2", 220-pound guy just blocking him.
Right.
So Williamson had no chance. But if he gives up on that, it's not that easy a play for Williamson. It wasn't straight away short. So he needed to go. It was not that, that hard hit of a ball. It was a bouncer.
Yeah, you got to make that play.
So you just got to make the play.
Yeah.
He makes the play. He's got Joe Adell dead to rights. Sometimes he just whiffs defensively. Let's be candid. Sometimes he doesn't get feet set. He's such an incredible hands at the bat to ball hitter, better than Evan Longoria. So Evan had him on the defense.
Yeah, he's a better hitter.
He's a better hitter. Now, like Evan go through these stretches where he would stretch his zone out because, especially the latter years, once they had gotten rid of BJ, once they have gotten rid of Carlos Pena.
Yeah, he's feeling the pressure to carry him, especially when they struggle.
So did Evan. Yeah. Evan felt that pressure until they traded him. Evan felt the pressure of carry the team. And that's a problem, So he's got to hone that back in. Let's get somebody behind him formidable.
That's about what deals could be made, and that's got to be, like you said, Joe Adell. You've been talking about him since preseason.
Yeah.
And now you saw
and he crushed. Premier bat that, by the way, has holes, go through streaks. It's not, a preeminent, stud, but it's scary. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you stick him in that 5-hole.
See him protecting Caminero. It's a totally different deal.
Yeah. And he protects Trout now. You know what I mean? So it's a protection, a real protection factor, and can you sit here and go, well, Ryan Vallej's doing a nice job? He is. I just don't think he's at that level.
Not to that level.
He's not at that level. He's a
so and that's what Neander said. They need a bat, they need a starter, and they need a reliever. So,
but let me throw a little monkey into that. If you go hypothetically, what I would love to see is either get a Soriano or a Sandy Alcantara, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of those two guys would be premium. I think Soriano is way more achievable because of the fact that the Angels are going nowhere. They need to restock up. The Marlins are in they're this feisty bunch that I think, probably makes sense for them to keep Sandy or ask high level trade from, while the Angels wouldn't ask as much as the Marlins do. Okay, so that's one thing. But the hitter, where are you somebody has to go. So are you giving up on the quote unquote Chandler Simpson experiment? Because I'm telling you right now.
Well, he made a nice steal of Joe Adell's home run.
Yeah, he did
this week.
There's somebody's going to want him.
Yeah.
So are you going to
say
say
give up on him? No.
I know. I just feel we got
a lot of fat.
Don't want to give up. I have the feeling. And by the way, clutch strike out it yesterday. Yeah, when he's string his butt off, and he clutched 2-out, 2-strike hit, and started the whole deal. Even though Angels came back tied it up, but that was the Rays have not been get that on the whole, other than the Boston series. Here's what I'm going to say. The reason that we're thinking about these moves, you're thinking about post, like a hot Chandler Simpson in the postseason could just cause havoc to a team, bro.
Yeah.
Just havoc.
Such a weapon.
Especially how bad teams are fielding these days.
Right.
From the ball, the pitchers, and against that, it's been terrible this year for everybody. Not just teams playing against the Rays, but like teams are taking advantage of this.
Like the Reds botched 3 sacrifice bunts in a row and could not get it out.
So
for sack bunts.
So do you want to take the chance that you make the playoffs, whether it's winning the division or being a top wild card pick, and not have that weapon kind of readily available? Because that weapon should not go in a slump for a long time. Like he's in a slump right now, but that weapon should come out of a slump soon.
Yeah. But I think they're playing him a certain way. He's just got to adapt.
I think he's going to be adaptation is the problem.
He's what, 24 years old.
Yeah.
This is really his first full season.
You're absolutely right. I think adaptation.
He's going to learn.
He has to learn how to.
He's a hard worker
to accommodate to this weird run.
Yeah.
You're hitting third. You're hitting fifth. You're hitting eighth. You're starting. You're not starting.
We'd like to see him at 9 or 1, just leave him there. But that's just not the Rays do. Is what it is. By the way, Texas Roadhouse, Wesley Chapel. I visited.
Hello. I saw your text that you were heading over there with the missus.
God.
You and Ashley.
Dude,
tell me about it.
They walk. They came in. It's a little crowded, but they got us seated right away.
They did.
They run that place.
You might know somebody over there.
Yeah, Tyler Hamilton was very nice, and he couldn't have been nicer. But when you walk into a restaurant, and you look around, you're like, oh Jesus, this is gonna take forever.
Right.
It's people are scrambling.
Yeah.
Nobody's at the hostess. You see it all the time.
Right.
And they have the open kitchen there and everything, so you see how everything's going. You walk into this place and right away this place is run on time. Like this,
they
place,
had you seated.
There's people everywhere working. It's fully staffed. They seat you right away.
To some degree, I'd say the times I've been there, they're like not overstaffed, but they have plenty of people.
And they give the hot rolls. They walk you to your table with the basket rolls, and you're like, you're smelling them. You're like
the butter,
with the honey butter.
Yes.
Oh,
you're like chasing like a little kid.
Yeah.
We get to that.
So then you sit down. At least the waiter comes right. We're salad.
Yeah.
Plus the rolls and the peanuts they give you. They're fresh peanuts as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, under
cold beer.
I'm not into the beer thing. Yeah. I get the sweet. I got the half and half sweet tea. Their tea there. They brew it there, which is key.
Yeah.
And it was so good. And it was less than $30 for a 12-ounce New York strip
with all those trimmings.
With all the trimmings. I mean, are you kidding me?
It's
the best value
food and a comfortable and
the
dare
steak
I
was
say
tremendous.
it's beyond comfort food. Sometimes I go down there because it's top.
I would eat.
I
wasn't in Wesley Chapel, but we were up there for an event. It was fantastic.
But if guys, I'll tell you to promote these guys. If you're in the area, you're nearby. I know that for the people that that listen to us, but if you're anywhere near that area, make it happen because
plan on going.
It's a fun meal and at a price, and the service, that's the big thing because I've eaten at other Texas Roadhouse.
These days service is terrible everywhere.
No bueno.
Yeah,
from good food to fast food.
Yeah.
From good food to fast food, service is terrible. So that they are really excellent, along with having a butcher that gives you a steak that was, how good was it?
It's fantastic. Melt in your mouth.
Hello.
Perfectly cooked.
Well,
absolutely right.
That's why we've been promoting them, and they love us, and great stuff. Just like the Murphy Auto Group too.
Murphy Auto Group. I'm a customer of theirs too. I got my GV70. Absolutely love it. Yeah. You got the big Tundra.
I got the big Tundra, and get out of my way, and
see you coming.
Hey, they see me coming like the big O. But great service, also great price, great products. I can't say enough about the Murphy Auto Group and the fine services. And again, they're big 3C, which is customer, community, and charity. So both are great. And if you ever want to lease out over here at Kingmakers, come on down to Carmen Street in the Midtown area, and we'll take care of you.
Cool spot. Kingmakerstampa.com. Boy says those big SUV trucks are gas guzzlers though.
Yeah, but thank God I got enough money to pay for the gas. I'm a good American.
I'm going to say no. No, mine. See, I got the midsize GV70.
Yeah,
I get 25 miles to the gallon on.
Yeah, you're
on
doing
a highway.
fine. You're doing
20,
fine. No,
21 combined city. That's fine.
Well, actually, there's the Tundra. Believe it or not, it's not that bad. Yeah. It's got a big engine. It's a V6, and it's not that bad.
Nice. All right, so let's get to some other comments here. Alejandro is
Alejandro.
Hey, Orestes, I was thinking of players who we could trade for, and one name that sticks out for me is Zach Neto. I think the Rays should trade for Neto because we need a shortstop with pop in the order. We don't need a shortstop.
No. I'll be honest with you. And Zach Neto, I'm a fan of his. He's a Miami kid, and he's got a good hitter. Very, very bad. One more, very shaky defensively. He's like, I don't know who I'm going to remind him. I'm going to go back in yesteryear of the late 1970s, maybe a little early 80s. Zach Neto reminds Rafael Ramirez of the Atlanta Braves.
Okay.
Because man, did he pop? Man, was he fun to watch hit? Man, could he make some errors, and then man, could he make some like wild, incredible plays? Zach Neto made a play yesterday. I forgot who was hitting. It was Junior. I think it was Junior. And dude, he just made his play out of his ass in the hole, and he has a gun. But then just the average plays. I want to say he's got, check real quick, Zach Neto. I want to say he has upwards of 10 or 12 errors already. Maybe 12. And on, like Rafa Ramirez used to do on the big plays, like he just get that ground play, beautiful. So he would ball it or he would throw it in the right field. And unfortunately, that's kind of been the modus operandi of Zach Neto. That does not fit into the mold of what the Rays try to do.
So he's a polarizing defender with notable strengths in his throwing arm, but limitations in his lateral
polarizing
range.
Is you do not want to
above
be
average, ranked poorly at -10 OAA.
Yeah.
Fielding run value stands at -5.
Yeah. What's his errors like? Do you have his stats?
Run. Nobody cares about errors anymore. I get
I care about errors.
The metrics.
You're going stats. Oh, you're the 53rd.
He's got a WAR of 1.5. Was not too shabby.
Yeah, because he's offensively, he's a power.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he needs to move over to third. Just get away from the dramatic plays anymore, and just kind of cubby hole him at third a little bit. There's no doubt that he's got a power arm and a power bat.
He's got 13 errors this year, which leads the league.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, and the errors I've seen have been so. That's not the Rays guy. Now, will he be mentioned? I think he will be, because I think there's going to be some teams that want his bat, and that's not what we need. We don't need that.
So he said, "No, thank you, Alejandro.
No, thank you for that one." Though.
He would also say,
"I do like him, but not for the Rays."
Casey Schmidt from the Giants would be perfect for us because he can play all three outfield spots, second base, shortstop, first as well.
I like Casey Schmidt.
He only cost $867,000 and has 15
young player and talented and very good. I do not think the Giants are going to want to give that kid
up. Not going to part with him. I would take a load to get him.
Yeah, I don't even think it would be a surprise trade by the Giants. That's a future player for them. Don't mess with that. No, I think that again, there's a few guys out there. It's just tricky. I believe rather than go after a stud starter and a stud hammer reliever, and by hammer I mean middle relief. I'm fine with Baker.
Yeah,
he's
getting a job done.
He's getting the job done. If you want another bait type pitcher so you can flip flop here and there and give rest to each other, fantastic. And you kind of do it by committee the rest of the way. You need another hammer, and is it going to be Boyle? Is it going to be Rodriguez? Maybe, but I don't want to take the chance. Yeah. I want to go out and get a quality reliever and add those two guys too.
All right, if you had to rank, you can only get one starter, big right-handed bat, and a middle reliever. What would you get?
Only get one?
Or rank them 1 to 3.
If you only get one, I get a starter. Hands down.
So it needs 1
hands
to 3.
Down. It need a starter, because invariably you don't know what you're going to get with Jax the rest of the season. Invariably, you don't know what you're going to get, from even Martinez the rest of the season. I'm pretty confident what I'm going to get from Rasmussen and from Sugar Shane on the
I would think in the playoffs, if I need 3 hammers, and we got
2.5.
We got
2.5. We don't know. Like I'm saying, that it's interesting to see going into serious opponent territory tonight. All right, I don't like to say enemy territory, because there's too many wars and stuff going on. I don't like the war analogy in sports too much, but he's going into negative, hostile
territory,
hostile territory, playoff type territory. I want to see what our boy Martinez is bringing to the table right now, right? So that's a big game. If he starts showing that, then you have a 3. But I need one more pitcher. I need one more starter, because if I only have one thing out of 3 that I'm going to attain and get, then deal with our offense and say John DeLuca comes back, Fraley comes back, we can mix and match. Blade, Williamson, we can mix and match with that type of slashy. Let's get back up the middle. Let's run like, gazelles on the base passage, push the defense. And then the bullpen, then at that point, if you're only getting that one guy, Boyle and Manny
coming back
have to be on point, because it's not Sulcer.
So
it's not, I'm going
to disagree with you and say I rank them 1 to 3. I'm going to say
relief.
I'm going to say relief first. Because in the playoffs, I can count on Sugar Shane.
Yeah, the playoffs, Nick, you do need hammers
and
relief
and Rasmussen. And then if I have another big reliever with Boyle and Manny, then I can handle those matchup situations.
Yeah.
And then I'd say right-handed. I would put starter last. So right-handed, because this offense right now against elite pitching in the playoffs, I think will get shut down. They need another big bat, which I think would dramatically change from a.
So if you're going with a big bat, like I can see the replacement. So look at it this way: look at the replacement factor if you go into all 3 of these situations.
Yeah, you're saying Palacios.
No. So if you go into the depth chart of the Rays right now, so you're going into the replacement factor. So let's go bullpen. I'm all for replacing numerous guys to that bullpen. So
we agree on that.
You want to replace Steven Matz?
Yes,
with an influx July. Yes. Cole Sulser? Yeah.
Yes.
The whole with the stuff that he has figured himself up. So let's leave him. But Casey Laguna, yes, he's doing a nice job. He's got ERA in the short time.
Don't see it.
Ken Boozer, even though he's 34 years old, you can't count on that. Give me Kimbrel.
No idea what you're.
No idea.
It's been good though. Been pretty good.
2 innings.
Yeah, just 2 innings, but it's been good.
So it's easy in the depth chart to tell me that I've got the opportunity to get a hammer reliever. You can replace those guys.
Easy.
And in fact, you're going to replace 2 or 3 when you got Boyle and Benny coming back.
Don't forget, outside of Star, use once in a series, man. If he's a 4-star, once. A reliever you can use 4 or 5 times in a series.
Correct.
With the off. So
yeah,
I think it's valuable.
So then go to hitters. You really
every day.
You're only going to be able to go after an outfielder.
Right. I agree.
Right.
And that's
you're not. There's no powerful second basemen out there that
we've got we got too many prospects, too many good infielders.
Yeah.
Outfielders,
so,
we have.
You don't have.
We don't have a power hitting outfielder.
So
anywhere.
So are you okay? The only one that makes sense to me is center field.
Yeah.
Because the experiment with Cedric Mullins has been horrendous month. Okay,
pretty good month. Yeah.
Okay, month. Let's not get. I'm not trying to put him up there as be like he's back to what he 30-30.
But that's doable.
You'll find a center fielder, release him, don't play him. Something, right? Or you're giving up Chandler Simpson. That is a hot chip right now. Like there's a lot of things that want.
Chandler played some center.
I can't play this center right now. My point is that you're putting back. You have to be willing to give up. We're okay giving up relievers, releasing them, trading them. Yeah. So, but then you go into the pitching. Okay, who are you worried about? Like making your booty upset?
Yeah,
buddy.
Nobody. Rick did say this.
He said to the restart.
JP said he went to Texas Roadhouse and was sat right away. He didn't mention that he screamed, "Do you know who the hell I am?" To which they replied, "No." And I said, "I'm Orestes Destrade." They said, "Come this way, sir."
Yeah.
I don't think we'll be.
Dude, he guys and gals, he asked for the head man right.
Of course, I texted ahead to the boss.
He went to boss. Are you there?
And they said,
"Coming in."
They have this thing at Texas Roadhouse, like on deck. You're in the on deck.
Yeah, that's right.
Did you see that? It's like an on deck one. I'm like,
stretched out a little bit.
Yeah, I did.
You kind of did.
Yeah.
Have the weighted bat.
I'll pitch it.
Yeah.
Pitch it. Cut in.
Yeah.
Mike says Dodgers recently completed extensive renovations to the clubhouse. It's like at least $100 million.
Wow.
To which
I missed that.
To which Rick replied, Mike, they deferred those payments. They put it on their Home Depot card.
That's a good one. They defer everything.
Yeah. Alejandro said the thing with Mullins this year is that his average has been terrible, but when we have needed him to get a big hit, he has, except the other night. He's had the pivotal homers and bunts needed to win games.
I like him. He's serviceable, but he's not that number 5 hitter that I was hoping for that would protect, Caminero, that would protect, not so much Yandy. Yandy doesn't need protection. He could be 1 or 4 or 9. It doesn't matter. Yandy's going to hit. But protect these guys. Aranda. By the way, have you noticed Aranda's back on track?
Yep.
He's getting his hits.
Right back up the middle.
I'm going to tell you why. Exactly. Aranda is a very interesting case. He's very interesting. And if you really kind of, break it down, when he's had his slumps, invariably it's been the heels of having hit a couple of home runs before. So he's one of these hitters.
Yeah, he gets homer happy.
He'd get a little homer happy, and He hasn't figured that out. When he's going to be a superstar is when he can figure, which is not an easy thing to do, figure out how to be a 300 hitter, but still being poppy.
Be 325
to
35.
Yeah, but
not 45.
but if you're going to try to be
25, 35.
Yeah, because
under Ivory, we'll take that every year.
Because, bro, that's the thing that
95 to 105.
And I think he's realized 300 two times already this season. Yeah. Early on, he started the season. He hit a couple of jacks. His average was shitty. Then he literally said in an interview, "I'm going back up the middle" in Spanish because I was watching it, and he went back up the middle, like 350, 400. Yo, tú sabes que voy por ahí un poquitito. De verdad que está tratando de honrones, trying to hit home runs.
Not Japanese.
本当に真中です。だから本ダメですね。真中だけ。Only up the middle. So
I love it.
So he's gone back. You see his hits, his out, everything is like the middle. Yeah. And I think he's going to stay there for a while. Paulo, thinking about it and even coming over to show to put it out there to people. What would you rather have? A 40 homer guy that drives in 85 or a 20 homer guy that drives in 110?
Oh, it's always run production.
It has to be about, chicks the long ball and it's sexy, but if you're that good with runners in scoring position,
that's what matters.
That's what matters.
Yeah. Run on the board, run production.
Now, if you're just hitting little fluky little singles and not driving in runs, then 6 foot, one guy 200 pounds like he is, okay, now but if you're man on third and you're always producing, and that's why you have RBIs
48. I'll give right now.
Is he at 48? Dude, worry about the Jacks. The Jacks will come if he finishes hitting 320 with 20 home runs and all.
Wow,
dude, he's back at where is he now? He's at 290 something. He climbed his way back after jumping down into the 260s. The guy's a beast of a hitter. If he stays true to himself. Now, Yandy is different. Yandy's similar actually. Junior is the one that's different. Junior's got to let it go. He just has to be more specific to his zone, and he has to weigh because that way
he's at 272.
Okay, I thought he got in the back.
11 homers,
46
RBI.
That's what I thought. He was at 40.
No, what? Yeah, 48.
Oh, because the 2 he had yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay. So Junior's are dropping 5, swing more aggressively, got more. Be who you are.
Yeah.
Right. So I need Junior to hit around 270. I think that guy to hit 310.
Yeah. Right where he's at.
And right where he's at. And
we got a new listener, KC Eagles.
I like that.
Yeah. KC says, tell us the Rays will make big moves before the deadline and not stand back.
No,
he wants to give up Carson Williams. I don't think he's going to have a future here.
He may be right because Carson Williams
MLB numbers have not.
No, it's not just the MLB numbers. Is that the Carson Williams when you go back to the dramatic? We were just talking about the $400 and $100 million discrepancy. The reason the Rays have won so much is that they are very scrutinous as to what type of players work for them, both on the mound and how you pitch, and also defensively and offensively. So Carson Williams kind of doesn't fit that mold.
The great defense.
He's good defense, but it's just a lot of holes offensively right now.
Swing.
So so he's a big swing and miss guy. That's not their modus operandi. So they may be willing to give him up. I think he's a chip. By the way.
Yeah. I think you're right.
I think he's a chip and a half.
I think we got some other shortstops.
And we got some other kids out there. So I think he's that type of chip that you use in order to get that hammer arm, whether it's for a starter, and you package him up with some other youngster. Maybe it's a tough one. Maybe you give up on one of the 2 stud catchers that are 19 and 20 years old down there in Bowling Green.
We got lots to trade.
It could be interesting. Do you want to give up both those 2 young, exciting catchers? Maybe. In order to you have to get some. If you're giving up Carson Williams and either the 19-year-old, I forget his name, he's got that funky name with an F, Llewellyn or whatever it is, or Bowden, you better be getting a lot because those guys are future major leaguers.
Well,
you put Carson Williams in the right offense around him, that is a power offense,
he's a chip. I agree 100%. And here's
who would take him? I'm gonna tell you who would take him. Philadelphia Phillies would go after him. Why? Because they know that Trey's kind of in that, that transition of getting older, and Carson is a couple of years away. He's only 22.
Yeah.
And they would look at him and you kind of put him around a bunch of
You can project him to be a really, really good player.
You really could. But
he could also be a bust.
He could be a lot of strikeouts.
Yeah.
And, and a 240 average, but he could also pop you 35 and all of a sudden hit and drive at 90. He hasn't got his man strength. He runs well. I like him a lot, but I don't know if he's a Ray player. So is Casey?
Yeah,
that's a good call, right? Because I think he could be packed in a deal.
He also
the Rays
likes,
will be. To answer your question, they will be busy. Yeah. I think they're going to go after stuff.
He also likes Waka, former guy,
Michael
the
Waka.
Orioles. Yeah, starting pitcher. JJ Bleday, outfielder for the Rays.
I like JJ Bleday. Yeah. I love his name, and he's a good.
He also brings up Theo Gillen and Jacob Melton. Said, are the Rays hoping the prospects can save their outfield and they won't make a trade?
I don't touch Theo Gillen, man.
I think those guys are still a couple of years. Melton might be close.
Melton's definitely close, but I really like Theo, so I would.
You're not giving up.
I don't give him up.
Like that's not happening.
Yeah, like a Ferret might be given up.
Yes, and we do get the number 2 pick this year, and it's highly rumored that we're going after the high school shortstop. His name escapes me at the moment. But here's another thing.
There's a catcher out there. There's a catcher for Georgia Tech.
Oh yeah.
The black
just
kid.
Just won the Golden Spike
Award
or Dick Hauser Award.
He may be number 2.
Yeah,
because
that's what I said.
One is supposed to be Rock, whatever.
Yeah, he slipped a little bit. There's somebody, but yeah, I like the catcher too. And I don't know how you pack because he's, he could be major league ready.
Oh, close,
he could change our entire catching profile that.
If he's available at 2,
he's going to be. Like that's for sure.
Because they're saying that he might go 1.
Yeah,
if he's available at 2, I'm going after that kid.
See, let's do our next show. Let's do Bain. Some research and do our next show on that.
It would be a Ruben Baines.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get Romano on.
Yeah.
I think we should do that maybe on Thursday.
That's a great one.
And here's the other factor in this, because of course, I have to add something about the stadium. The negotiations are coming to a head now.
Yeah.
And I think all the questions that need to be answered are being answered. Behind the scenes, this is what I'm being told by Ken Babby, Alan Clendenin, and Ken Hagan, and others. That this is, and so if this deal gets done for the stadium in the next month, which
I see where you're going,
month and a half, and where the deadline is.
Yeah,
I think if you're the Rays, you're still in first place or second place, and you're still clicking.
It's coming. So
now it's coming. Your dynamic, your spending model is going to change.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying you're going after Scooball, and I think that's too much.
No. But
I'm saying that I think they'll give Neander some leeway to add some significant salary if they have to for the second part of the season.
Right.
And I mean significant by 15 to 20 million added to the payroll in the last half of the year, which would be groundbreaking for this franchise.
Right.
And that's just me. Nobody's told me that.
Right.
That's just me reading the tea leaves. I think it would be good for them to do it. And I think, it depends on if Rasmussen stays healthy, Shane stays healthy. This team, if they continue to click,
sure,
then you got to be aggressive.
Yeah.
You've got the prospects to do it.
Yeah.
You've got the prospects where some other teams don't to get the key player that you need.
Right.
So I would like to see that.
I think it's very doable because of the fact that if they land the deal, they have an idea of that, that it's coming. So you flap your wings a little bit more. Vaughn Lackey, that's the kid that I'm talking about from Georgia Tech. That's the junior, 6'2", 215. And I saw him swing the bat a few times.
Thumper.
Holy shnikey. This kid's legit.
And finding like ready-made catchers for the major leagues.
What?
And you got the number 2 pick. You turn that into a guy that could catch here for 8 to 10, 12 years.
Real soon.
Whew.
Right.
That's a absolutely.
I think that's the kid's name. I want to check and make sure. 26. No, I want to get his
why you do that, Rick? Rick's chiming in. Said
20 home runs. He hit on base for 519.
Holy shit!
What the hell?
Somebody knows how to take their walks.
Oh my gosh!
Rick, say Peterson.
No,
looks like a sober day. Daily King Stadium
nice. Game. Nice call. Who was that? Was that Rico?
Of course, yeah.
Rico Suave. Yeah. Dude, this kid is a thumper.
Yeah.
At a.
They love that high school shortstop though, but I'm saying,
I know
you get a guy who's ready made that you could theoretically.
And the thing about this kid is that he kind of came not out of nowhere, but his sophomore year was very okay, right? Nobody was expecting that he was going to turn it around and have this type of year. And also, whip of an arm. I saw some of his throwing. So, listen, you can't just
we could throw somebody out at second base.
Yeah, hello. The toughest position to be young and get forced into high level. By high level, I mean like playoff potential Major League Baseball, instead of been hitting, get hit in Anaheim or Colorado or these lower level teams, that they can hide a young catcher. It's catcher, man. So much is asked of a catcher that's why veteran catchers like lefty relievers hang out in the big leagues for 10 or 12 years. Yeah. It's like nobody's business. So, but
everybody has us mocked to the shortstop, high school shortstop. So we'll see. We'll see if that changes.
Vaughn Lackey, baby. We're going to be pushing it.
Yeah. All right.
We'll bring Romanito on there. And,
all right. So Thursday show, we're going to do a little bit of
I'm trying to think of
prediction.
It was something else I wanted to bring up. Anybody else drop any?
No, that's it. I was going to drop.
Yeah. Come on, Nick Martinez. We need him to perform tonight. That's the big one.
Yep.
You're going up against their lefty that is very, very pedestrian. As far as Lauer. The lefty has struggled immensely. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, he's given up 15 home runs this year. So this guy, chicks dig his long balls.
I want to see it. All right, we got West Coast baseball tonight. We'll be watching and tweeting.
Exciting.
And if text me something interesting, I'll tweet it out since he's smart and isn't on Twitter. All right, my friend, tell everybody what they need to do.
Be smart. Stay tranquil, tropical.